All right, guys. So can you feel the electricity in the air? This is the time now. Yeah, Node's doing the fingers. Yes, it is the time for SAR V5 Advanced to be launched for you guys all to dig right in. And I'm just so excited about this moment. And this has really been about listening to what the community wants, right? We
Yep.
had a poll a while ago asking you guys what's the biggest priority for the STP community, and we had stuff like managed solution and others, but the number one thing was automation. And so we are listening, and we have put so much effort into this, and I want to really thank everybody, especially in VIP, for your patience with me. I had COVID when we were supposed to launch earlier this year, and so everyone has been so patient with us. And since then we have done so much work to make V5 even better, and working through a lot of the fixing a lot of stuff, and adding some amazing functionality. And I think the biggest thing is a huge shout out to Mad Magic Mike for all his development work, especially on the repainting. And I know a lot of you guys, we hear you. The repainting is just sucks, right? You set up your settings perfectly, and then you get a repaint, and there goes the bags and all that stuff. So we've added, I think, 3/4 of the script now is just for repainting. So it's been a colossal effort by Magic Mike, and also a colossal effort by Mr. Toe for testing. Yeah, he has just done an amazing job. So huge thanks and shout out to Toe for putting SAR V5 through its paces. And really, his feedback isn't just like, fix this bug, fix that bug. It's also about adding functionality that he says this is essential. Whenever I do a new bot, I like to share results, right? And I think what Toe has done, with his first day on this, anyways, this new version of V5 with automation working fully, he was doing over 5% in his first day. Absolutely fantastic.
Now it's even more.
Yeah, it's even more now. Amazing. And tons of signals, right? You can see 5,149 signals. This is just like, if you set this up.
Bot now already made 22,484 signals in 3 days.
This is high frequency trading, guys. This is amazing. And if you want to be able to get those degen settings, again, like I say, you can talk to Toe, but he's still making sure that bags are managed, avoided, especially on the short. So he's got a really great setup. And even today, Toe shared his profits today. Absolutely fantastic, even on spot, right?
I'm doing very well.
Yeah, so congratulations, Toe, and
Thanks,
thank
man.
you again, man. And we appreciate the
So it was an honor to be your test person, man.
Yeah. Well, it helped so much, and if without that feedback, we would be long. SAR V5 would not be what it is today. So thank you so
Thanks,
much,
man.
Toe.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and so you can see here this risk settings when trend condition equals none. That is all Toe right there. And I think I spent a month, because that messed up a lot of other things. So I had to make sure that was working perfectly. But really, when trend condition is none, you want to be able to risk off. And so that was so important. And thank you, Toe, for everything. So yeah, let's go through every single problem that we're trying to solve here. And I think the number one thing is, you ever notice how one setting never works in all market conditions, right? Then this has been, we set up our bots, we see, oh, this looks great on the chart here. You're looking at ETH or BTC, and it looks great. And then all of a sudden the market turns and you're getting bagged up, and it's not working anymore. Yeah. And you're saying, I set up the settings and it looked perfect. What the heck's going on here? And that's because market conditions changed. Well, SAR V5 changes its own settings based on market conditions. All right. And
Based
the other
on
thing,
multiple time frame contracts.
yes, four
Yeah.
time frames. And so it's SAR trend fully implemented. And it's talking about SAR trend before we, our VIPs were trying to use SAR trend to turn on and off bots and really try to use the market conditions manually to trigger alerts and trigger bots. This was a big pain. It took a long time, a lot of work to set up all those alerts. And of course, TVAM was absolutely huge for helping people do that. But it's a steep learning curve. Now with V5, this is all built in. Okay. And yeah, repainting, I think this has been, it really all came down to me on the repainting. I worked all the second half of last year was just all working on the repainting, adding the NRP no repainting functionality. And, it was reduced, but, it was still, let's say 1 out of 100 or 200 signals would be repaint.
Still there.
Yeah, now we're down to 1 out of 5,000, 1 out of 10,000. It's never going to be never repaints. This is something, when you're using so many time frames. But really what Magic Mike has done here is every single calculation has been done with a security function within PineScript, within TradingView, to separate it out, make sure those calculations are happening. And then he's used this very unique technique. I'd never even heard of it before he came in here. So Magic Mike, thank you. Unfortunately, it's 3 a.m. where he is, 3:30 a.m. right now, so he's not able to join us. But I hope you can all join me in thanking him. And post your comments and thanking him for all this effort in getting rid of those repaints. And ultimately, what's this all about? Why do we want automation? It's so we can spend less time staring at the charts, less time managing our bots, less time staring at bags. Thank you very much. And more time enjoying our lives, right? And enjoying that passive income. Well, what's the point of passive income if you can't enjoy your life, right? That's the whole thing. So we've been listening. And this is the full realization of that automation goal and what you guys have been asking for. So this is it. All right. So let's go through. I think the biggest thing here is we have this setting now, enable automatic risk settings. Okay. And this is the all important button. Okay. This overrides everything else within SAR V5. Okay. Now you're going to be able to customize, the trend conditions, whenever you want to be able to control what the conditions look like. Let me show you guys what that looks like. Okay. We'll go right into V5 here. So you can control what each condition looks like. Long degen, you can set it. Doesn't need to be all longs, right? For long higher, right? We're just starting to go short there, and then for shorts, it's all short for long short degen, and then we start to add longs. If you have a different idea on this, you can change it. Okay. And then what we've got also is the different bot platforms. All right, and this is something that is really only possible now with the new PineScript and
new conditions.
Yes, yeah. So this is something now where you can choose between 3 commas. A lot of you guys are still on TVC, so we have TVC in there. We've got the brand new Wick Hunter hosted, which is just amazing. This is a fantastic platform, and you guys are going to see a lot more about Wick Hunter hosted in the coming weeks and months. I think
you'll
Todd's,
see some on it today. So
okay, well there you go. Yeah, Todd's going to be going through it. Todd is a huge part of the team over there and making that happen. And same with JB. So if you guys want to talk about Wick Hunter hosted, you can definitely do this. But instead of Wick Hunter having that steep learning curve, having to set up your own virtual private server, now it's a hosted solution, just like your 3 commas, like your crypto hopper, like your profit trailer. And the performance from Todd, you'll hear it's amazing. It's way outperforming 3 commas. So very exciting there. And then profit trailer. This is TOE. made this possible right here.
Yep.
He's been going through and helping me test this out and add some specific settings, you know, the trade delay, you know, and making sure all that works. So this has been absolutely essential. And I'll show you guys what's going on here now. Let me just, I'm just going to save this because when I switch to alerts, because I have so many alerts, my my browser will just die. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to switch to alerts. Hopefully this goes okay. And yeah, so when we create an alert now, okay, this is very important. I want everyone to realize, okay, when you go to SAR V5, so I've got a lot of Zoom windows in front of me here. Okay, so we're going to go to this any alert function call. Okay, and this means that instead of setting up those 8 alerts for SAR trend to turn on and off bots, right? You can see all these, right? We have all these high time frame changed, you know, long and short. This is all now consolidated under this one single alert. All right, and this is just game changing. All right, it makes everyone's lives easier, and so per pair you get one alert if you're able to. You know, you can still do the old school long and short, and you still have all these options, but I'm hoping you guys can use this any alert function call, and that lets through all the automated alerts. Okay, so this is really key. Make sure you guys are using that feature. Okay, if you're able to. I'm going to remove these. We have so many. We're at beta 11 now. There's been so many versions. All right, and so yeah, what we've got with this functionality is just fantastic. So one alert to set up 8 different bots. This means that really what you're doing here is instead of setting up all those alerts, you're putting in your bot platform, right? You're putting in your email token, and you guys know that this is all within the alert. You know, when you go into 3 commas, or when you go into Wick Hunter hosted, TVC, all these, we have email token. We have specific bot settings like for TVC, there's Binance and Bybit, and Profit Trailer is 10. And then really what you want to do is you set up your bot ID for each condition. Now, you don't need to, right? You can just have one bot ID for all your longs and one bot ID for all your shorts. If you just want to make it easy to start out with. But really the ultimate point here is when it's long degen, you want to be able to lean in, right? So you can increase position size, you can play around with your safety orders, with your DCA, be more aggressive, and this really allows you to lean in. And you can risk off, right? Smaller position size as you go to medium, lower, right? This is when there's indecision in the market. You can risk off on the bot side and have smaller position size. So this is just huge. As I said, you don't need to do this all. Maybe you just want to have 2 bots for long and 2 bots for short. You just put in the same bot ID for those 2. Okay. And that's all. That will work just fine. And something that Toe's been working with as well is if you want to just, let's say long degen, you know, it's a high risk market, or a short degen that's very high risk, right? Being in a short degen condition, because maybe you catch a bottom and then an alt rips. Toe knows about that. Yeah, so just put a 0 in there, and it won't fire that bot. Okay, don't put your actual bot ID, and that's basically that condition is disabled. Toe's going to talk a lot more about that, so I'm not going to steal his thunder. But yeah, that's one tip there. All right, and then yeah, really. What we're looking at is extreme. With advanced, you get extreme control over SAR automation. Okay, and so what we've done here is really allow you to go through the default settings of all the different time frames, all the different conditions. Sorry, and really fine tune exactly your settings. Okay, and this is, like I said, this is not for people starting out, right? This is
No, it's not.
overwhelming.
Yep.
Yeah, this is for our heavy users. That's what VIP is really intended for. That's why we're requiring that VIP subscription, because we want you guys to get that education. And with VIP, you know, we've got now 23 sessions that you guys can watch and learn and know how to manage these bots to a really fine degree and get that advanced education. And then you're ready to do these advanced settings. Okay, and really what this is all about, we scroll down past the condition settings, we go to those default settings. And so this is really, you know, you can turn off degen, turn off divergence filtering and degen, right? Look at this price action, right? Bang, 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 all the way up, right? When as soon as that 15-minute time frame
Yep.
was long, we're just ripping this because we're in long degen setting. Okay, and so this is really, you know, we can go really hardcore, really lean in when we want to, right? And then but maybe it's a high risk market. Maybe you don't want to do that. You can enable divergence filtering, right? You can say, you know, I want to risk off on this. And so you can reduce those conditions, right? This is a 1050, but you can do a 10100 and allow a few more longs to come through. And then something else, you know, we've been using those RSI filters for a long time, and I think everyone's really familiar with it. We had it in rapid fire, you know, back in 2020. So this is something, you know, you guys are all familiar with. You can fine tune your risk also with and avoid tops using these RSI filters for every single condition, right? So yeah, I want to keep divergence filtering off, but let's say I see something happening on a higher condition, or a medium or a lower condition, then I can fine tune those settings for each condition, right? Also on your shorts, right? Short degen. This is something where Toe is like, I'm done with short degen. I'm done with it. Well, you don't need to be. You don't need to be done. You can put in a 50 here, right? So this is something where for people who want to risk off, you can go in and really risk off on your short degen, but catch those, you know, when RSI is above 50 and you get those lower risk shorts, for instance, then you can get those. You can still be open to those trades. So this allows that fine tuning for each market condition. And this is just in the last few days that we've added the custom default settings for shorts. I didn't know if we get it for launch, but it's a really late night there getting that in for you guys, so we can have that full functionality, that full customization. All right. So I'm really excited for all you guys, especially our heavy users. You know who you are. This is really something where we're so excited about. All right, and I think you know, we've done a lot of shout out to Mike, but I want to do one more. So this is really the you know, we had the NRP, which that we had before, which is making sure that, you know, is bar real time, and so that's how we were able to make sure that we were getting a candle close, which is useful and it gets rid of some repaints. But now, you know, what Mike has done with the div bars, you know, this is basically looking at analysis period, and now he's taking it beyond that. Basically what's happening in the SAR script, you know, we've gone from under 1,000 lines to 1,860, I think, lines of code. And it's really, you know, 2/3 of it is making sure each calculation happens separately and within its own time frame. And then we merge those calculations in a special calculation. We'll say it's called an array, but anyways, not to get too technical for you guys, but it's really amazing. Mike is a professional developer outside of trading, and he's brought these skills to SAR. And when you look at the script, you know, I can't show you guys, but it's a thing of beauty what he's done with the SAR code, making everything just so organized, so perfect. And then with this no repainting, just made it beautiful. So thank you, Mad Magic Mike. We really appreciate all your work.
Yes, thank you very much, Mike.
Yeah.
It's the culmination of multi-time frame analysis and confluence. And so if you've watched us evolve over the past 22, 23 sessions, like as soon as you lose a singular daily, a singular 4-hour, you know, it's a cascading effect, right? So really when you watch back, it'll all just kind of sort of make sense where we get to current date is just trade with the trend, take the multitude of trends that are signals that are in one way, you know, trend status. So if it's all green, go with the trend. If it's all red, go with the trend that way. So thank you, Mike, for helping us put it all together. Like I say, it's just, you know, a lot of ideas and it's finally come to fruition. So
yeah, it's a lot of ideas, but it's also when you're combining all these time frames, it's also more possibility of getting repaints. And so that's why there's so much more code added, is because we need to be really careful in avoiding these repaints. And so, like I said, you know, it's not like we can't say there'll never be a repaint, but this is like one out of thousands of alerts. You might see a repaint. And so you always need to have that risk management in place. It's never to say every signal is going to be absolutely perfect, you know, and this is where it's really you know, education and learning together, and this is what we're all about. And so Trim was talking about this. I'm going to show a little bit more about these filters, but we have added new filters, and one I'm really excited about is the SAR filter. So when you go under advanced settings now, okay, under advanced, you scroll down here. So we got the no repainting. Everything is now integrated within NRP. So you don't have two boxes to check. But yeah, now we've got this SAR filter, and this is basically the distance from these dots, right? If you get too far from these dots, that is something that's an outlier, right? That could be a top. And then so that is really something that you want to avoid, okay? And so we can now fine tune this and use this distance filter to cut out those tops. And now we've got some, I would say 3 new filters from Mike that have been really great for getting rid of late longs and tops as well. Okay, so we've got this RSI moving average trend. Okay, so this is very good for cutting the, you know, you can see we hit this top. These are going to get out with DCA, but what you don't want is this top here, right? So this is amazing, right? That we don't want this. So you put on this RSI MA trend, shuts it off. Okay, so these are all things you can experiment. Again, these are advanced settings, right? And I mean, Mike put in some options there. You can even play with your moving average type and all that, and the length, you know. So at 21 is obviously a very important number for us. And then we've also got MACD. You know, Mike has been playing around with this, and so you can really get some lower risk trades with this. Now, keep in mind, all these filters are going to get rid of some trades that maybe you wanted to have, but you know, the idea is to get rid of some late longs, okay, and that's just what happens. You can see tops here being avoided, right? Some price action here being avoided. So this is really what you can experiment with. Dive in deep. If there's something, you know, you see on your chart, a late long, a top that's getting grabbed, you know, shoot these on, right? And if you want to risk off, let's say you're going to bed and or going on, you know, away from your charts for a while, these are things to turn on to lower your risk. So I think this is going to be great for everyone. Just to try out some new stuff. And I think the big thing is, you know, Mike is just getting started with all of this stuff. So it's very exciting. Again, we have this fantastic deal. I don't think I don't know if everybody is aware that when you do the sign up, right, for this discount, it's every single month. If you're signing up for monthly or for yearly, you're going to be able to keep this discount. Okay, so it's not just like the first month and then it goes back. You keep this, right? And we're honoring this for our VIPs as well. So so you can just add this to your account, and then as long as you're subscribed, you're going to keep this discount for the lifetime of your subscription until, you know, if you cancel, then you're going to lose that. But if you stay on, that it's going to keep that. So I think this is this makes it more manageable for all of us to get on there. You know, we almost called this bear market instead of automation, because it is the bear market. We want to extend a discount for you guys for that reason as well. And the yearly discount is a huge opportunity. You know, this is like a Black Friday level kind of discount, and you're just going to be able to keep that renewing. So it's a good time if you've been on the fence, you know, to go with that VIP.